Azmi Bishara, Hebrew, listen, was born on the 22nd of July 1956 in Nazareth, Israel, is an Arab public intellectual, political philosopher and author. Bishara, a Palestinian from the Upper Galilee, is presently the General Director of the Arab Center for Research and Policy Studies and the Chair of the Board of Trustees of the Doha Institute for Graduate Studies.Previously, he was a member of the Israeli legislature, the Knesset.Bishara won election as a member of the Balad Party, a group which represents the interests of the Arab citizens of Israel, and of which he was a founder. Following visits to Lebanon and Syria in the wake of the 2006 Lebanon War, Bishara became the subject of an Israeli criminal investigation for money laundering, contact with a foreign agent, delivery of information to the enemy and, most seriously, assistance to the enemy during war. Bishara was subsequently stripped of his parliamentary immunity and fled Israel without having returned since. Bishara has since established himself in Qatar, where in addition to his academic and research endeavors he is a public intellectual active in the pan-Arab sphere and continues to write, as well as to issue new editions of some of his earlier works, including a 2012 republication of one of his most well-known Arabic books, on civil society. Additionally, Bishara helped to establish the New Arab Media Conglomerate, which includes a newspaper with online and print editions, and an online-only English version, as well as a television station, which launched in 2014. Politically, Bishara has been identified with both Marxism and with the anti-sectarian Enlightenment ideals of Arab nationalism. In this regard, he is the successor to Tawfiq Ziad. Early life and education. Bishara was born in Nazareth into a Palestinian Christian family, where his mother was a schoolteacher and his father a health inspector and trade unionist with connections to the Communist Party. Azmi Bishara's siblings include political commentator Marwan Bishara and noted chef, cookbook author and restaurateur Rawia Bishara. According to The Guardian, the family's history goes back hundreds of years to a village north of Nazareth. Bishara attended Nazareth Baptist School, where he established the first National Committee of Arab High School Students, becoming its chairman in 1974. He studied at Haifa University and at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem, where in 1976 he founded and headed the Arab Student Union. In the same year, he was instrumental in setting up the Arab Student Committees and Campus Lands Defense Committee against the occupation of the Israeli-occupied territories. At the time he was a member of the Israeli Communist Party Raqqa and supported an internationalist Marxist political agenda. Academic career. Upon completing his PhD in philosophy at Humboldt University of Berlin in 1986, he joined the faculty of Birzeit University, and went on to head the Philosophy and Cultural Studies department for 2 years, from 1994 to 1996. He has also worked as a senior researcher at the Van Leer Jerusalem Institute. He is one of the founders of the Society for Arab Culture and of Muwaitin, the Palestinian Institute for the Study of Democracy founded by a group of scholars and academics in 1992. He also serves on the Board of Trustees of the Arab Democracy Foundation. Bishara is presently the General Director of the Arab Center for Research and Policy Studies in Doha, Qatar, also known as the Doha Institute, and a member of its executive board. He is an important advisor to former Qatar Emir Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani and to his successor, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad. Political career. In 1995, Bishara was at the head of a group of young Israeli-Palestinian intellectuals who founded the political party National Democratic Assembly, Sumer Demokratiat in Hebrew, short Balad. In 1996 he was elected to the 14th Knesset on the Balad list. Bishara was the first Arab citizen of Israel to run for prime minister in the 1999 election, but dropped out of the race 2 days before election day. In the end, only Ehud Barak and Benjamin Netanyahu were left as final candidates, with Barak emerging victorious. In 2003, the Israeli Supreme Court overturned Central Elections Committee decisions to disqualify MKs Ahmed Tibi and Azmi Bishara, and Bishara's party, Balad, from running in the elections to the 16th Knesset. The CEC's decision was supported by Attorney General Eliakim Rubinstein, who went so far as to submit his own petition to the CEC against the party and its leader. Quote, "The CEC ruled that Bishara and Balad sought to destroy the Jewish character of the state and supported the armed struggle against it." In 2007, Bishara was questioned by police on suspicion of aiding and passing information to the enemy during wartime, contacts with a foreign agent, and receiving large sums of money transferred from abroad. Bishara denied the accusations and said they were part of an effort to punish him because he had opposed Israel's invasion of Lebanon the preceding summer. He soon fled Israel and resigned from the Knesset, stating he could not receive a fair trial there. In February 2011, the Israeli parliament passed the so-called Bishara bill, which stripped Bishara of his parliamentary benefits, including the pension he had received as a former Knesset member. 2001 visit to Syria. Bishara visited Syria in 2001, and gave a speech at a memorial ceremony for Syrian President Hafez al-Assad, where he expressed support for the internationally recognized right of an occupied people to resist occupation. He was accused in Israel of expressing support for Hezbollah, and upon his return to Israel was charged with incitement to violence and support for a terrorist organization, as defined by Israel's Prevention of Terror Ordinance. After Bishara's visit to Syria, the Knesset passed a law forbidding MKs from visiting enemy states. 2006 Israel-Lebanon War. During the 2006 Israel-Lebanon War, Bishara criticized the Israeli government for not providing bomb shelters to Arab areas in Israel's north, and said Israel was using Arabs as human shields by putting artillery units next to Israeli Arab villages, towns and villages. Bishara also predicted that, because many Arab Israelis opposed the war or applauded Hezbollah's surprisingly strong resistance to the Israeli invasion, there would be negative repercussions for the community when the war ended. "We will have to pick up the bill on this," he said. "If lose, they will turn against us. If they win, they will turn against us." In September 2006, shortly after the conclusion of the Lebanon War, Bishara again visited Syria and in a speech warned of the possibility that Israel might launch a preliminary offensive in more than one place, in a bid to overcome the internal crisis in the country and in an attempt to restore its deterrence capability. Bishara and members of his party also visited Lebanon, where they told the Lebanese Prime Minister that Hezbollah's resistance to Israel during the preceding summer's war had lifted the spirit of the Arab people. Soon thereafter, at Interior Minister Roni Bar-On's request, Attorney General Menahem Mazuz ordered a criminal investigation against Balad MKs Azmi Bishara, Jamal Zahaka and Wasil Taha over the visit to Syria. Resignation from Knesset. On the 22nd of April 2007, Bishara resigned from the Knesset via the Israeli embassy in Cairo, following a police investigation into his foreign contacts and accusations of allegedly aiding the enemy during wartime, passing information on to the enemy and contacts with a foreign agent, as well as laundering money received from foreign sources. Bishara has denied the allegations, and has stated that he is staying abroad because he believes he wouldn't receive a fair trial. following a petition by Haaretz and other media outlets to lift a gag order preventing publication of information relating to the specific charges being laid against Azmi Bishara. On the 2nd of May 2007, the Petah Tikva Magistrates Court announced the gag order would be fully lifted. 1 week prior, the court had allowed only for the fact that Bishara is suspected of assisting the enemy in wartime, transmitting information to the enemy, contact with a foreign agent and money laundering to be publicized. Bishara is accused of giving Hezbollah information on strategic locations in Israel that should be attacked with rockets during the 2006 Lebanon war, in exchange for huge amounts of money. Wiretaps were authorized by the Israeli High Court of Justice. Investigators say that Bishara recommended long-range rocket attacks which would serve Hezbollah's cause. According to court documents, Bishara was questioned twice in the case, and during the last encounter he told interrogators that he intends to leave Israel for a couple of days. He said he would attend a third questioning session soon upon his return to Israel. Bishara addressed a rally of supporters in Nazareth via telephone in April 2007. He told the thousands of supporters that, "My guilt is that I love my homeland. Our intellect and our words are our weapons. Never in my life did I draw a gun to kill anyone," said Nafa. Bishara's replacement in their Knesset commented on the charges leading up to Bishara's resignation, saying, "There were many instances in which the Shin Bet tried to set people up. They're just trying to behead a prominent Arab leader. They will fail." On the 14th of February 2011, Bishara's pension as a former Knesset member was cancelled through a new law. The law was specially written to handle his case, Syrian Revolt. According to the Financial Times, Bishara has been involved in the formation of the Syrian National Coalition, the main Syrian opposition umbrella group which is supported by Qatar, as an advisor to Qatar's then Emir and Crown Prince, who has succeeded his father in late June 2013. In July 2011, Bishara reportedly said that Assad could have stayed in power had he made the reforms people wanted, writing, "The regime chose not to change, and so the people will change it." Personal life: Bishara is married and has 2 children. According to the Jerusalem Post, he received a kidney transplant in March 1997 at Hadassah Hospital in Jerusalem. According to his website, he is a citizen of Qatar. Published works: Min Yahudiyut al-Dola Sharon, The Ruptured Political Discourse and Other Studies. The Palestinian Intifada and Its Reflections in the Israeli Public Opinion. 2 novels of a planned trilogy: The Checkpoint Arabic, Hebrew translation, German translation, and Love in the Shadow Zone. Arabic on the Democratic Option, 4 critical studies republished by the Center for Arab Unity Studies, Lebanon, 1993. Ziad Abu Amra, with a critical commentary by Ali Jarbawi and Azmi Bishara, Civil Society and Democratic Change in Palestinian Society, 1995. A Critical Perspective on Palestinian Democracy, 1995. A Contribution to the Critique of Civil Society, 1996. The Ruptured Political Discourse and Other Studies, 1998. The Site of Meaning, Essays from the First Year of the Intifada, 2002. In the Wake of the Israeli Invasion, Issues of Palestinian National Strategy, 2002. Theses on a Deferred Awakening, 2003. ISBN 978-9950-312-166. Retrieved 5 July 2011. The Elements of Democracy Series. Series Editor, Dr. Azmi Bishara. English: The Arabs in Israel. Morton in Marsh, Aros, 2003. The Palestinians of Israel. An interview with Azmi Bishara in the New Intifada, Resisting Israel's Apartheid, edited by Rowan Carey, introduction by Noam Chomsky, London, New York, Verso, 2001, ISBN 1859843778. The Palestinian Elections, An Assessment, Harry S. Truman Research Institute for the Advancement of Peace, Hebrew University of Jerusalem, 1997. Universal Instincts. The West, served by Arab moderates, is attempting to take the Arab world back to the Stone Age. 5 October 2006. Al-Ahram Weekly, Issue 815. Ministry of Strategic Threats. Avigdor Lieberman's arrival in the Israeli cabinet is symptomatic of the degradation of the country's political system. 1 November 2006. Al-Ahram Weekly, Issue 818. Realities of Death. The value of life has little to do with the value accorded to death, and the latter is determined as much by who did the killing as by the identity of the victim. 16 November 2006. Al-Ahram Weekly, Issue 820. A Selective Memory. 24 November 2006. Al-Ahram Weekly, Issue 821. Strong in spite of themselves. Now is the time for America's Arab allies to whisper advice to Washington, thanks to the resistance in Lebanon, Iraq and Palestine. 8 December 2006. Al-Ahram Weekly, Issue 823 *Colmert. As expected, Israel is demanding the absurd, but the illusion is shattered if Arab states understand that the game of Axis politics is not in their interest. 22nd of March 2007. Al-Ahram Weekly, Issue 837. Initiative versus Principle. If Israel rejects the best Arab position, perhaps the Arabs should revert to maximal demands and ask Israel to propose a plan. 29th of March 2007. Al-Ahram Weekly, Shattered Illusions. 19th of April 2007. Al-Ahram Weekly, Issue 841. Why Israel is After Me. 3rd of May 2007. Los Angeles Times. Israeli Games Again. 30th of August 2007. Al-Ahram Weekly, Issue 860. Ignorant Thieves. 6th of September 2007. Al-Ahram Weekly, Issue 861. Headlong to More of the Same. 18th of October 2007. Al-Ahram Weekly, Issue 867. U.S. War Insanity. 8th of November 2007. Al-Ahram Weekly, Issue 870. Madrid Redux. Bush's peace meeting is nothing but an empty orgy of rhetoric. 29th of November 2007. Al-Ahram Weekly, Issue 873. German Alles und sich die ganze Zeit Sozialbewegung im Nahen Osten. Jörg Spater, mit Beiträgen von Azmi Bishara al. Freiburg. Informationszentrum Drittwelt, 1994. Gott Nordbruck Red and Amp. Rainer Zimmerwinkel H.G. John Bunzel Amp. Moshe Zuckerman U.A. Beatrage, die Araber und die Shoah. Über die Schwierigkeit dieser Conjunction. Darren von Azmi Bishara, Beitrag gleichlautend mit dem Gesamttitel S9-33 Vortrag im WS 1992-93 in der Universität Innsbruck von der Red, Lektüre ab, and Amp in den Fußnoten nirgends. ISSN 09358684, ISBN 3932528379, ISBN 3865751016. Die Jerusalem Frage, Israelis und Palästinenser im Gespräch, Teddy Kollek, Hanan Ashrawi, Amos Oz, Faisal Husseini, Ehud Olmert, Albert Agazarian, Shuli Mitaloni, Nazmi Aljuba, Meren Benvenista, Ikrima Sabri, Michelle Saba, Uri Avneri, Azmi Bishara, Heidelberg, Palmyra, C1996. Awards. The Ibn Rushdi Prize for Freedom of Thought for the year 2002 in Berlin. The Global Exchange International Human Rights Award for the year 2003 in San Francisco at the organization's annual ceremony.